So Jessica, let's start with some signs that maybe your content needs some work. Can you start us off with that?
Okay, sure. Well, part of the problem shows up when you're noticing that you're posting things, but your visitors don't seem to be reading them or engaging with them. So you're not seeing likes, you're not seeing comments, they're not sharing, they're not taking any kind of an action. So they're not intrigued by what it is that you have to say. Your content also might not be showing up in searches. Your marketing consultant may be actually telling you that the copy that you do have could be reworked and maybe contain some more SEO components to help drive traffic. So if you're spending time on this content and it's not working, then you might want to look at getting a writer or editor to do that for you.
So you mentioned something very interesting, that it's not showing up in searches and it doesn't have those SEO components that are necessary. Why might working with a marketing company in the first place help to develop that marketing theme or strategy?
Well, they're going to talk about where your content should show up, how much content you need, and what types of content you're going to use, because there's going to be an entire strategy or theme that they're following. So, and that's all to keep consistent messaging. It's to make sure that all of your messaging is relevant, that it crosses, into different areas of promotion versus education, supporting both existing clients and bringing in new leads. So there's a lot going on there that your marketing team can be helping you with, so that you have a sense of direction, so you can achieve an actual goal of greater visibility.
And when you say marketing team, that doesn't necessarily mean that team has a content specialist on staff. At Denver Data Web, we do offer content writing services. However, sometimes if it's like pages and pages of content, not only us, but other marketing teams may not have the bandwidth to create that much content. So in that way, Jessica, you're saying that hiring a writer is a really great idea in addition to your regular marketing team, correct?
It definitely is, because you have someone that you can work with directly to figure out exactly how you want to say things and how you want to come across. It also speeds up the process. If you don't have the time to do any research on your topic, even if you know a topic really well, you might still want to look at what other people are saying in the industry about that topic, and sort of weave that into what you have to say. If you don't have time to do that research and then fully edit it to make sure that it's looking its very best, then you really should develop a relationship with a writer who can get to know you and your personality and your business, and have those things ready for you on a monthly basis, weekly basis, whatever it is you're trying to do.
And one of the things that I've heard people say in the past when it comes to like content marketing stuff is, maybe you guys have heard that. Have you heard that content is king? You ever heard people like say that in the marketing space? It seemed like back in the day, like when SEO was starting to become more and more important to your, content was already important, and articles and creating blog posts was how people did that. And then, other things that came about like social media, and then we got more and more stuff going into video. But it seems to me, and I'm really curious to get your take on this, Jessica, I feel like the written aspect has never really become somehow less important. Like that's always been pretty critical, right?
Yeah. The way I look at it is you do need a mix of different types of content, because people think differently and they absorb information differently. So even if you have a great video, you may want a script. If you have a great blog, you still might want to have a podcast on it. So by combining all those things, you are able to get I think, a larger audience interested in what you have to say.
You've probably seen a lot, I imagine, working with so many different clients over the years and helping people improve and fix their content. And, that might be the right word. I saw an interesting bit of research. So it goes back to like 2016. I mean, that's a few years ago, but at the Content Marketing Institute, and in their survey, they're rating various B2B marketers and rating their organization's content marketing. Only 6% of them rated their content marketing as very effective. That's not too encouraging, is it?
No, it's not. And I don't think it's because they don't know what to do. It's because they're not doing it. Most of the time, it's about getting the processes together, like you do at Denver Data Web, and developing that strategy and organizing it to go out at certain times and knowing that that's getting done. So hiring the right experts to get your content out there and to make sure that you're on task. So especially when it comes to the larger companies, they certainly know what they should be doing. It's just whether or not they're actually doing it. So again, finding the right experts to make sure you do that.
Hi, this is Sarah from Denver Data Web. Thanks for watching. Please like our video and subscribe for future digital strategy chats. You can also visit our website at denverdata.com or find us on social media at Denver Data Web.